house with him, we go back to the house. And that's when I found the eyelashes in the trash. So that's why I feel how I feel.
Okay.
Nobody finish.
Can we let somebody else get the floor? You had to
nobody else.
This is ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Boom, guys, here we go again. Little Black Book, you already know what time it is. Part 2, baby. You ain't got the minerals, baby. You ain't got the minerals. It started when we were younger, you were mine, my boo. Let's get into the video. Ashika and Chris, oh my god. You ain't got the minerals, baby. Anyway, listen, boom, let's start off strong. So we're gonna talk about obviously the reason why people said they shouldn't get married.
Traveling so far to go through this process with us. We know that all of you have different opinions on our engagement. So what we want to do right now is kind of just hear everybody's opinions. I want you to be brutally honest. What we hope for is that you guys will bless our union. This is very important for us to fix these issues that you guys have.
So they stood in front of all their parents and aunties and like and cousins, whatever, the most important people to them, and they asked each person the reason why they believe they should or shouldn't get married. Now, watch the body language of the couple. At this point, they were connected, okay? And you need to watch it because at the end, they were disconnected.
Everybody's opinions, I want you to be brutally honest.
About anything that's been going on in the house. Okay.
So who wants to go? Who wants to stay?
Yeah, I don't care what we're doing. I don't want my
If I believe it's a fact, I won't change my behavior towards you. If I believe it's a truth, I will change my behavior towards you. You understand? Or my mindset will change towards you. So I may be acting fake. But watch the two of them. They separated at the end because they weren't unified. Because now the truth had come about his infidelity and the behavior and everything like that. And she chose to believe it now. Now they couldn't be connected. And he sensed that. Cool. Now, Edwin mentioned the fact that obviously he didn't want us to get married because
off a little bit on pursuing your career and your goals.
In relationships, you have to be very careful in both directions. Sometimes certain goals will die and some goals will be allowed to live. It's not to say either or, but when someone gives up all their dreams and goals and aspirations and they can do much more, it's dangerous to be in such a relationship if you're not ready to do so. This is like the Marceau and Letitia situation in Love and Marriage at Huntsville. Originally, you want to give up your dreams and aspirations and goals to be a mother. Now, you don't want to do that. And so, that change can cause a conflict. So, you need to know, as Tracy said, that can you cope with this in the marriage? So Edwin pointed out that, you know, he's seen her goals and everything die. And a lot of times in very bad relationships, where the relationship is toxic, where it's manipulative, where the person is not allowing the other person to thrive, goals often die, dreams often die, ambitions often die, and the person is solely focused on the other individual. In fact, the other individual becomes a god, and they worship that person. So now we've got an idol in your relationship. It's still a person. And that can cause a lot of friction, long-term, short-term, and to your family around you who see you change. So I can understand why Edwin said that.
And I think to be responsible for 3 children at your age is not the move.
Mom?
The auntie said obviously he's got 3 kids, he's young, you're young. And one thing that happened was that the cousin and the sister of Chris actually agreed. If you watched it, they was like,
Not the move.
So they're not on board with this relationship, as we already know. They're not on board with this relationship, but that non-verbal agreement lets you know where their head's at. They don't agree. The sister obviously brought up a point saying, you know, that, you know, he's got 3 kids and, you know, if you guys break up, you know, you leave a lasting impression on the kids. I don't think that's really, it's a valid point to bring up, but it's not really the point to bring up in terms of why they shouldn't get married. I think we need something a little bit stronger than that. But you can going into a relationship is a risk. It's not a guarantee that anyone's going to stay together. So I think that was a little bit weak, but that's cool. The mum said, obviously, you're young, you got to explore your magical energy. Listen.
Like, your 20s are a time to really get to know yourself, to see how you're going to spread your magical energy to the world.
When you love someone, yeah, and you genuinely love someone and they genuinely love you, regardless of whether you're young or not, if you both genuinely love each other and have that idea in your head that you want to take care of each other, then you can flourish and the magic can continue to grow. So that's not an excuse as why someone shouldn't get married. I thought it was a bit weak. But I felt that she used that excuse because, just like the sister, they haven't really got the evidence to point out to say, look, I don't like what you're doing. So, because for me, it's like, what's that? She's young and she's got a lot of magic to spread. What does that mean? You mean that she's got an education to go and finish? You mean that she's got better men that are waiting for her? Maybe somebody who actually could generally take care of her. Be your confidant, as they say. Maybe that's what you really meant, but hey, we don't know. Omar, interestingly enough, leant forward. Now, if you watch Ready to Love on my reviews, you know how I love this. When people lean forward, they're about to tell you some real stuff.
So me, I have concerns.
So when he leant forward, I knew it's long for everybody. He's about to tell you some different type of truths, and evidently he did.
Me personally, I don't see why we're even doing this. I don't know why do you think that you're ready?
He said, I don't even see why we're doing this. And then if you notice, Chris actually laughs.
Me personally, I don't see why we're even doing this.
So instead of Chris saying, what do you mean? What do you mean we don't know why you're doing this? And why are you saying what you're saying, bro? Why are you saying about the girls and thing, fam? Like, what are you doing? Fam, check your boy there. You didn't. You started laughing. Which lets me know the truth of what you know about the situation is that you know you're messing around. You know your infidelity is going strong. You know this already, cuz. And you're playing around with a girl's heart. Like, you're moving mad. Do you understand? So, for me, I was deep and I was like, this guy, he's moving very weighty. And it's interesting that Omar had to lean forward because he knew what he was coming to say was serious. That's why he leant forward. Whenever you lean forward, you're about to impose yourself on a situation. So when he leant forward, he was imposing himself on the situation right now, letting his boy know, listen, I don't agree with what you're doing. I'm letting you know that you're moving mad. You understand? And that's why everybody also, with the words that he said, and with the words that he said, obviously, you're still, he kind of put it in the present tense.
You're ready? You know about the women. You know what we do. I don't know if she know what we do.
Everybody took notice. Do you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's interesting. Like, that's it. And obviously he said other women out there as well. I mean, if it was an outright lie, he would have shut it down, but he didn't. On the court as well. It's interesting the conversation they had.
So, the last infidelity, was it more than a year and a half ago?
I mean, her home every night.
Every night. The last time I picked up the phone, I heard something. That's not necessarily what I heard.
What you mean?
I remember they had somebody in the background. I'm like, who that is? He was like, don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
The marriage.
Because, the cousin asked me about the fact that, bro, like, I rang you one time and then you was like, someone was behind you and you was like, don't worry about that, don't worry about that. That's alarming. My G, do you not think your girl's going to see that? That's alarming. Did you not feel to address that, bro? If your cousin's moving mad and telling stories on you, then surely you would have checked, man, and said, listen, bro, that's not what's happening. And that person who was behind the phone was this person. But he doesn't, because he's enjoying the game. It's fun and banter, because at the moment, I don't think he fully understands love. And I think he's struggling to able to understand how to be committed. I don't think he knows how to be committed. I think he wants to be committed. I don't think he knows how to be committed. And that's the difference. Yeah? And it's tough for man. Do you understand? But at the same time, when you don't check your boy for saying that, I'm a concerned individual. Do you know what I mean? And then you're laughing on top of that as well. You know what I mean? Like, come on, you're not taking it seriously. Not only that, his cousin was also saying, bro, you would...
It's talking about y'all been in a relationship 2 years. And the time frame that we talking about, that's not no 2 years. That's all I'm saying.
Me and her knew each other for 2 years, but we wasn't together.
Mm-hmm.
And then by the time me and her got together, that's when I stopped doing all that. I know me and you shared girls, like, passing them around and all that. I just ain't do it with her. I got a whole different relationship with her, bro.
I would say I definitely, possibly know a different version of Chris than Ashaki knows. He still attends to multiple women.
Dealing with some girls while, you know, like, you was with your girl, bro, like, and then obviously he says, no, bro, like, not that, you know, you don't know what girls I was checking at the time, so relax, innit? And it's like, yeah, but bro, check man by saying, obviously, what the truth is. You've only said that, obviously, I wasn't doing it. Okay, give us the evidence, man, Chi. Tell us what you were doing then, in between that time. Tell us why you didn't tell you people about your girl until a year after. But you said, obviously, no, we were talking, but we weren't together. I was like, you were talking, so you. And when people say they're talking, especially men, we were talking. You're probably more than talking. You were probably exclusive, and you're still moving mad. And exclusive, that doesn't have to be said that you're exclusive, but you knew that this girl felt a certain way about you and still were doing your thing. That's the whole truth. You know what I'm saying? Cool.
To write out scenarios that you think that I will have to face as a mom.
The scenario section, when Ashika was getting questioned for the kids and stuff, I thought it was quite interesting. Obviously, they brought out a scenario on which was...
You are pregnant with your first child. However, you are still in school, and Chris is not ready to take on the role of having a fourth child just yet. What do you do?
I feel like she gave a good answer. I feel like she gave a good answer, but you know what? It's interesting because the reaction of her mum, in terms of when she mentioned the fact that she's going to finish school, etc., etc., her mum was happy, smiling, and it was like a proud smile.
School. If it's his child, he can't choose if he's not ready or not for it. But if he was acting different towards me or saying he wasn't ready, I wouldn't deal with him anymore if he would act like that.
And I felt like that influenced her next answer.
Scenario number 2. You are about to take a final exam. It's about 90% of your grade. The school needs you to pick up one of Chris's children. Chris is not available and the mother is not available. What you gonna do?
And Ashika chose her schooling over the kid. And then aunt was like, what? Like, why would you do that? That's your kid. Did it in the you know what I mean? Like in school, like you're gonna leave it at school. And then she said, obviously, I didn't know about these stuff. And the truth is, she doesn't know about this stuff. But not only that, she chose her schooling because I believe that if she was a mum, she would definitely have a different way of thinking. But I think she gave that answer because she wanted to please her mum.
I'm gonna go take my exam and then I'm gonna go pick them up. School is gonna have to, you know.
You're gonna leave the baby at school? This is not good.
So what do you do?
Call your mom and see if she can pick him up.
No, but that's serious. Like, I don't know. I would have to take my test.
You know, sometimes as kids, sometimes you want to please your parents. You know what I'm saying? Because the first answer you saw it was about school. I answered it correctly. Yeah, mom was proud. All right, cool. And I believe she takes her mom's. She takes after her mum and rates her mum's obviously input. And then obviously then saying, look, you know, I would do my schooling. Like, I don't think that she thought that answer through. I felt like she was trying to answer it to please. And so therefore, that's why she answered the question the way she answered it. You know, and her mum even had to make a joke about, you know, you'd get me to come and pick him up. The reason why is because, fam, Ashika was not really thinking about the question. She's thinking about how to please you. And then, scenario 3, Chris, I didn't even know about the child support thing. I had to go and research.
It's another scenario. You and Chris are married. Chris' baby mother takes him to court for child support. And the judge states Chris having to utilize both income to pay for his children's child support.
I mean, do I have to? I would
Yes,
have to?
you will have to. Your income will be combined, and the baby mama will want child support.
That's tough. That's definitely an eye-opener. I wouldn't be okay with that.
Your wages could potentially become part of, you know, paying the CSA, like of your husband. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, you have to take this into consideration. And so for me, I'm like, yo, B, I didn't even realize that. So men, please stop sticking your penis everywhere and not wrapping up. Because you're causing a lot of distress for yourself and for your future spouse that you may potentially actually love. Why do it? Why risk it? Do you know what I mean? Wrap up, put a condom on. If you're having sex with people, be sensible, be responsible. Do you know what I'm saying? So for me, when she answered that question and said, obviously, she didn't know. She did not know that was a thing. I didn't know until I went to research and I was like, bruv, they potentially could. So, you know, for me, I look at it from the point perspective that in this particular episode, in this particular episode, there was a lot that was explained from Chris's side that lets me know that red flags are everywhere, and he knows far more than he's letting on. And actually, you know, Ashika needs to come to the truth and know the truth. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Boom. Listen, part 2 done. You ain't got the minerals. What you talking about? Listen, make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment down below, and let me know what your thoughts are. Listen, you ain't got the minerals. Are you maddy, I need little black book. You already know what time it is.